Alhamdulillah وكفى والسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى خصوصا على سيد الأولين والآخرين وخاتم النبيين والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لن ينال الله لحومها ولا دماؤها ولكن يناله التقوى منكم. صدق الله العلي العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين وشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. يا ربي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. My respected elders, brothers, friends, and my honorable brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the week has selected as a blessed day, dear Friday. And from the 12 months as a blessed month, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has selected month of Ramadan. And within Ramadan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made the last 10 days of Ramadan more virtuous and superior. Likewise, in the month of Dhul Hijjah, we just recently completed the month of Ramadan in which we fasted. And after Ramadan begins the month of Shawwal. And currently we are Qada in the just about middle of the month now, month of Dhul Hijjah, in which a great fundamental of Islam is performed, which is known as Hajj. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has selected the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah as the blessed and virtuous days. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says in a hadith, there is no good action of Ibn Adam, son of Adam, superior and beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than the righteous action of the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. The good deed which is done in the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah is very valuable and is very beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the extent the ibadat of the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah is equivalent to the ibadat of Laylatul Qadr. The ibadat which we do at night in the first 10 nights of Dhul Hijjah is equal to the ibadat of Laylatul Qadr. Just to imagine how valuable these days and nights are. And in these very first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, Hajj is performed. And besides Hajj, there is another ibadat is performed. And this ibadat is such, our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, since he resided in Madinatul Munawwara for 10 years, every year he would perform this ibadat. And this ibadat is known as sacrifice of animals. Ibn Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu says, every year our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, he would sacrifice animal. And how much love he had for me and you and for every of his follower, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in one of those years in which he would sacrifice the animals, he sacrificed in one of the Eid 2 rams. And he said, "Oh Allah, one of the ram is from myself and the other is an ummati, from behalf of my ummah." Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam included us in the reward, in the thawab of that sacrifice which he performed. That, "Oh Allah, you include my ummah in this reward. Grant them the reward of the sacrifice." Just imagine how much Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had love for me and you. Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, after the demise of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whenever Eid would come, Eid al-Adha, he would slaughter 2 rams. And upon someone's question, he said, "Why are you, one sacrifice is obligation. Why do you do 2? He said, "Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam instructed me. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam instructed me that I should sacrifice an animal on behalf of him after his demise. So every year I sacrifice an animal on behalf of my beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam." And this has been the custom of our predecessors. They would not forget Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to the extent even they would do the qurbani on behalf of their mashayikh, their teachers. And if the parents are not there, they would do the qurbani on behalf of their parents. Qurbani, sacrifice, is an amal, such an virtuous amal. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in a hadith, he says, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in a hadith, he says that Sahaba Ikram, when asked him, "O Prophet of Allah, tell us what is the reality, what is the background of this qurbani, sacrificing of animals?" Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he replied, "Sunnatu abikum Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam." This is the sunnat of your father Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. You know, Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, when he was in the need of the support of his father, while he was very young, he had to leave his own land. When he was in a severe need of the support of his father, he had to leave his own homeland. And he had to migrate from there. And when he became old, and Allah Almighty granted him a child, and he was in a need of the support of his own son, what happened then? Allah Almighty commanded him to sacrifice that very son. And Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, he submitted himself to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he took his son Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam to Mina to slaughter him. But Allah Almighty wanted to show the mankind why Allah Almighty him, why he was known the friend of Allah. Allah wanted to show. Allah doesn't need to test. You know, when student goes through the test and exam, why they go through this? To know what their ability is, how capable they are. Allah doesn't need to know all this. He knows everything, who is capable, who is not capable. But Allah Almighty put Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam in not in one test, in several tests, just to show the mankind why I gave him the title of Khalil. Why I gave him the title of Khalil, why I made him my friend. Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salatu salam and his son Ismail, they both submitted to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And never take this amal of sacrificing animals as a very light amal. Never take it very light. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam in a hadith says, Ya ayyuhan nasu dahiyu. Ya ayyuhan nasu dahu wahtasibu bi dima'iha. Fa inna dama wa in waka'a fil ardi fa innahu yaka'u fi hirzillahi ta'ala. O people, you should sacrifice animals on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. Wahtasibu bi dima'iha. And also hope for reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah Almighty will reward you upon this. Allah Almighty will reward you. How much reward we will get? When Sahaba Kiram asked Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what is the background of this qurbani, sacrificing the animals? He said, this is the sunnah of your father. And they said, فَمَا لَنَا فِيهَا يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. O Prophet of Allah, what we will get in this? They meant how much reward Allah will give us. He said, بِكُلِّ شَعْرَةٍ. He said, بِكُلِّ شَعْرَةٍ حَسَنَةٌ. Upon the exchange of each hair, you will receive one good deed. For every hair, you will receive one good deed. Allah Almighty will write the good deed in your book of deeds. The Sahaba Ikram, they asked the Prophet of Allah, what do you say about the animals which contain wool? Sheep, camels, they don't have hair, they have wool. And they meant wool, hundreds and millions of hair they will contain. Still we will get the reward upon the exchange of each hair. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said yes. Upon the exchange of each wool fiber, you will receive one good deed, and it will be written in your book of deeds, one good deed. And to the extent, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said about the hadith, "Wahtasibu bi dima'iha." Do not take it as a burden. If Allah Almighty has given you the wealth, and upon whom the qurbani is wajib. Likely in UK, qurbani is wajib upon everyone. It's wajib upon everyone. Sometimes this is a misconception. People think husband gives the qurbani, this is enough, this is on behalf of everyone. No, it is not. If the wife, she has sona, she has gold, she has money, she has to give qurbani. Qurbani is wajib upon every, not a traveler, and who possesses wealth, be it gold, silver, cash, merchandise, and it is equal to the amount which makes zakat obligation. And that amount is, the money is equal to 612.32 grams of silver. Not gold, silver. One has to give zakat, one has to sacrifice animal. The husband, if he owes, and remember, the condition for the zakat to become fard, the wealth he possesses, it has to, the one entire year has to pass by, then one has to give zakat. But for qurbani, for sacrifice, no, this is not the condition. If one has this much wealth, then he, regardless whether the 1 year has passed by or not, he has to give qurbani. He has to give the qurbani. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Wahtasibu bi dima'iha." When you are giving the money, sending your money, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, wherever, Palestine, so that the animals can be slaughtered on your behalf, wahtasibu bi dima'iha. Remember, hope that Allah Almighty will give you reward upon this. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying, "Fa inna dama'a wa in waqa'a fil ard." When the animal is being slaughtered, the blood is falling on the ground. He says, even though you see the blood is falling on the ground, but no, فَإِنَّهُ يَقَعُ فِي حِرْزِ اللَّهِ. This very blood, it goes in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this very animal which we are slaughtering, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying, وَإِنَّهُ يَأْتِي يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ بِقُرُونِهَا وَأَشْعَارِهَا وَأَدْلَافِهَا. This very animal which was slaughtered on this 10th of Dhul Hijjah, on the day of judgment, Qiyamah, it will come in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with its hair, horns and hooves.
Allahu Akbar.